That's actually what I'm using right now. That's also my local time.
That's so
My
freaking
usage
cool.
for VRchat directly. And the GPU is just global.
That is so freaking cool.
Yeah, I'm using 24 gigs of
Are you doing
my
that with
actual...
OSC or what?
Yeah, I'm using OSC for that.
Awesome.
I have a master program for all of my stuff. Also, if you're looking for the venue, it's over in that back corner over there. So once you go straight back that way and then off to your left.
I was actually gonna do the same thing with like my, you know, like I was talking before about my avatar plans where I wanted to have it like do something when I'm in Unity or whatever. I wanted this other thing that would allow me to import statistics.
I don't know why, but I feel like picking you up, just dragging you over there while you're speaking.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I had an idea to make it so that I could see various server statistics. So, like in the game, I'd be able to, like through OSC, look at stats to see if something is wrong with the servers. You know.
Yeah, you can't really lose me with this avatar, especially with the particle trail that I have. It's right here.
Yeah, it's very nice. All right, this is my
this is the VRchat server engineer man.
Wait,
is that correct?
What? How do you know that?
I don't know. I'm following what Agent said.
I mean, actually, I'm not that.
Probably not when you're crying.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't see anything.
Sorry about that.
You didn't hear it.
But yeah,
I don't work for VRchat. You work for VRchat.
Better.
You work for VRchat. But yeah, we're the Apu Foundation. I'm
let me get a picture. I've been taking pictures of
kind of the person responsible for making the entire booth.
No way.
And thank you for
What do you mean?
This is really
Yeah.
done, Agent.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks, and I actually asked VRcon about it, is that we got hit by texture compression hard. And I actually we're actually secretly working on an avatar that displays the full res pictures over the booth pictures, but that's still in development.
Oh, come on, are you serious?
So the same idea that you
Yeah, the carpet over here. At the carpet.
their Necro Marching Band and others.
Yeah.
The same idea they got.
All right, so I don't see the problem. It looks beautiful. Look at that. You see those squares and there's like 3 different colors.
And the discoloration between the eyes, it's perfect. I love it.
I mean, look, there's dark purple, less dark purple, purple. What more do you need?
Yeah, well, that was a specific design decision to make the outlines more visible.
Yes, simple and effective.
Yeah,
that's the idea.
No.
Tactical headband. What's a tactical headband?
Yeah, we have
I
our
like your
own
banner.
LPD division. We basically have the APD, the Abyssal Police Division.
The Abyssal
They do the
Police.
same thing as the LPD, but then just with a little bit of Hapu roleplay in it.
I see. Do you police the various abysses of the ocean?
For one, yeah, and we also just run about in public instances to see if anybody's up to any mischief, like unwarranted headpats and that kind of stuff.
Unwarranted
You
headpats.
violated the law.
Yeah. What
do you mean unwarranted headpats?
You can definitely
do a thing like that,
and they feel like they're being violated because you're suddenly in their personal space, and then
And
they go like,
very
"Hey, don't headpat me," and then we go like,
I
"Hey,
see.
you shouldn't have headpatted that person." But
There was no
And then what do you do? Do you lock them up?
beat them
You put them in the
down,
brig?
and then we take them to jail. Yeah.
There you go.
No, it's more of a roleplay
Always
situation,
ask.
like the LPD. We just interact and roleplay with other people.
Interesting.
It's
I-
basically the exact opposite of what we normally do during raids.
Your floor is moving.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
We
Don't worry
have
it's
about
not
it.
a static thing yet.
Don't worry about it.
Special
Kill it.
floor. Leave it.
The floor isn't supposed to be alive here.
Leave it alone.
The floor is made out of floor.
Get out of here! Run! The jig is up. Get out of here! Run!
They pulled the carpet right from under my feet.
Agent,
Yes.
I may have lost the power of the sun, but I now have the power of the moon.
I saw it.
Damn, switch sides
yes.
already.
A few
Well, you see,
interesting pictures
VRchat
that we've
disabled it,
cobbled
so I
up.
can no longer control the sun in this world. So I went to
Oh.
the
Yeah.
nighttime, and it turns out I can still control the moon.
I don't know what they're talking about. Probably.
There's a funny thing about that avatar a few days ago that for some reason this world was picking up the light source seen in his avatar. So if you could
I
stand
see.
near his avatar, he would actually had control over where the sun was. And then there's a conga line.
Or of the sun in the palm of my hand.
And they could put the camera on it and then see maybe see the URL before they go to it and stuff like that. I think that there is room there to make it secure, but security is definitely going to be a concern if if the team thinks about that. But I think that would be a really cool feature, like seeing events like this where people are putting QR codes everywhere. I think that it would just be really cool to be able to point the camera at it.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking is because I actually own a website in which it is literally well known in the case of it's a part of my world. I will randomly update and post images of new things that'll be added, my change log. If I was able to, I wish that I could connect my world back to my website so I can actually update a actual text.
Oh yes, trust me. I before I joined VRchat, I really wanted the same thing. Being able to make web requests and stuff like that would be amazing. But there's security implications. Because
they literally took away our web. Before we used to have
because there is a
CO.
Yeah, I remember.
With it, by the way.
Yeah.
Which I still have
there
the
was big
DLLs
concerns
and
with
everything.
that.
I actually have every version of VRchat known to man. Meaning
Yeah,
that from the
they had to
beginning
remove
of
that because
2014 all the way
security
to
problems.
now.
NPC.
Why do you say
I
that
st-
for? Why?
Because of the C host. The CH host can still use the DLLs and properties.
Music.
I see.
Different applications, not for VRchat, because it's no longer a part of the source code.
But yeah, I mean that's there's a whole can of worms when it comes to linking to web services because people want to then pull people's IP addresses and stuff like that.
Yeah, freaking running Java in the background on the actual web site, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's concerns there, and it's sad, but I mean stuff like being able to load images into the world really helps. Like you want to be able to pull change logs. I mean, you can do that though. What you can do is you can make a request that it's not a static image; it's an image that's actually generated by your server that it reads out a change log and serves an image of it.
When you go into my actual, you will need to run untrusted links, sadly. But it does actually go back to my actual website. I will not run anything that is out of the ordinary. Everything that I run is basically to keep people safe.
The problem is that if somebody comes and into that world and loads that, with the untrusted sources, they're loading something from your server, and you'd be able to then go and see which IPs connected to that, and you'd be able to get people's IP address. I know I'm not saying that you're going to do that. I'm just telling you the privacy concerns that other people have with stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. Basically, I don't mind the untrusted URL links if that makes it a thing, which my world actually requires you to actually use the untrusted so you can actually load my posters in my world. It basically is a small form MP4 because I don't have the ability to put images that are live. Because I would literally just...
That is coming though,
I can't wait for it to come out too, that's the thing.
I see. Yeah, it seems like you're gonna get some use out of that. But yeah, that will be coming eventually. I'm not working on that personally, but I know that is something that's supposed to be coming soon.
I said, she's giving 2 answers.
One other thing that you may or may not have the answer to.
The bot's getting overwhelmed. Back up.
And I know that this has to be allowed in the world, but if you made it to where if someone wants to allow someone else to pick you up within a world that doesn't have the script, do you think that there would be a possibility for people to actually have that implemented? Or is that like completely often to nowhere?
I don't want to say. I don't want to say completely, but we're likely going to need people to request that. There is some plans. I could say this because this was talked about. In some of the updates, the dev updates, the weekly posts that have been posted. They've mentioned stuff like avatar scaling and flight and stuff like that. And we're thinking about these things, and that what you just said about being able to pick up other people, that could be another one of these things. I mean there's a possibility. I know what we're thinking of stuff like flight and avatar scaling, but I haven't heard anything about like being able to pick people up, but it would go in the same bucket essentially. I could, if I remember, I could, like, once we're actually working on that system, I could, hopefully I could remember. I could tell them that would be another option to include, because they, like once we're doing that, they'll be, yeah, they're
toggle, allow certain people to.
That's not going to be exactly how it works. I don't want to say exactly how it works because I don't think we've talked about that. But I mean, I just want to let it be known that we're thinking about more experimental features like that. And I'll try to remember that people want the ability to be able to pick people up if they have it enabled.
It's basically, how we have the ability, and I know that this kind of goes on the same lines, but we have the ability to touch other people's colliders if we allow.
The avatar dynamic system, and you can turn it on and off. Yeah, it might be a good idea to just have it be something like that,
Yeah, just make it to where you can have it to friends, have it to change it to where anyone can do it, or change it to where no one can do it.
Yeah, just like the avatar interaction thing.
Yeah.
The only thing against that is that in the worlds where that actually does work, it's horribly desynced for yourself. If you see 2 people doing that to each other, it's perfectly synced. You see them with perfect hand movements.
Well, if you think of it this way, that's a part of the world. If you make it a part of the actual client, it'll be on network level, meaning that it'll be right in the actual network, meaning that it'll be faster sync.
Still the synchronization
though. Yeah, because if I boop you right now, it still takes you a few seconds to actually register that my hand movement is doing that.
Yeah, true. I don't know, but it's if you think about pickups though, like on your end, you see something to pick up, you pick it up, it looks synchronized for you, and other people can see that, but like delayed. So maybe it could be so that the person picking them up, they see it fine, and it might be delayed for the other person. It's going to be delayed for the other person. They're going to see the hand movements, and it's not going to sync up correctly with them.
Yeah,
there's no way around that. Like there's latency. Like all the IK that you see of people moving is always delayed on your end.
What do you mean?
Not to say that
the way of the internet
feature,
the actual. I kind of question how big is the packet for the IK, and I know that's asking a little too much, but in the case,
I'm not on that side. Oh my god, the combo's coming again.
Game in the works. No, let me put it this way. I have a game in the works as well, so I kind of understand where things are with that.
Yeah, I don't work on the netcode section, but I know that basically they have the IK done such that they want it to be they want it to look good, but not cause too much of a performance hit. So they're trying to balance basically quality with latency with also bandwidth. So they just have it done pretty much the best that they can essentially.
Yeah.
No,
whole
I've
bunch
had this
of
exact
loophole.
same conversation with the developers for hours. I really want something exactly like that. What they told me is that like the quest is very resource constrained. What we currently do is like we have a loading scene that's extremely basic, and the goal is to unload like everything and then load everything. So essentially, to do what you're saying, we would need to have like a loading sequence that allows there to be more in memory, and there's just really not a lot of headroom on the quest. Yes, because the scene that the scene that you're describing, where you're walking through a gate, is more intensive than our current blue background loading screen, and that's the problem.
So basically, walking into the gate, it literally almost does exactly as your portals do. Basically, loads you into extremely low quality, basically everything being to its lowest. Making it to where you basically walk into that gate. That gate literally takes everything that was behind you. You literally have it deload everything behind you. It's almost basically... I'm just getting a better understanding on how you guys are working it, because how my stuff that I have done, what happens is you walk right into the gate. You wait a few seconds, a loading bar will appear at the bottom. This loading bar will literally show deloading everything behind you. Like, it'll completely tell you that it's literally going to go black. There's nothing in front of you until you literally load the next section.
So how is that different than what is currently in VRchat?
Well, in the case if we were to basically have another scene that literally is in the same location, basically have everything behind you deload. Basically walking in, having a deloading sequence while you're... Well, actually, that could be resource heavy. That's
essentially what we do, though. Like, you know, you go into a portal and it goes blue instead of black. It deloads everything from from the past and then loads everything that's coming.
Actually, I could see how the other piece would be resource heavy too. Hold on.
Yeah.
It takes me a few moments because of the fact that I'm also assembling all this in my head, simulating what I'm thinking, and then that's my problem. I simulate everything in my head and then think about it. A user has spawned a portal.
Yay! I'm hoping that we can make some other sort of experience so that when you're switching from world to world, it can be. It would be cool if it could be themed to the area that you're currently in. You know, like so that instead of the blue portal thing, it could be more.
If I was to be
look
truthful,
more similar to the current environment.
I kind of wish that we had the ability to literally just load a image. Just
something like that.
PC use, like have like a different thing and also have different audio. Don't get me wrong. There was actually a modified client that allowed you to actually modify the actual loading screen and everything, which was actually kind of nice.
I've heard. But it would be cool if, rather than allowing the users to customize it, it allowed the world creators to customize it, because then you could do themed things, which can be actually pretty cool.
That too.
Like
the only
imagine
thing is
you
that
have
could literally be an issue right there if you allow the world owner to customize it, the one that you're loading into. You could also run into the issue of them actually loading something that could potentially make it much worse. Like if
I'm talking about like basic customization in the sense that you could change the image and maybe the sounds or something like that. No, putting 3D things in there or whatever.
No. Not 3D. Like if you were to put an image as a background, a 16K image, for example. Oh, that would actually take a lot. That's what I mean.
For sure.
Be limited.
Yeah, it would need to like make sure that it's compressed and stuff, and you could put limitations like that likely. I think that it would be really cool to have something like that. Who knows when that is going to be a thing, though? I have no idea, but it's definitely something that's been talked about.
I kind of question, does this, what would you tell me that this is? Would you state that it's a video, or would you state it that it's just an animation? Just look at the screen.
What the?
Do you count that as a video, or do you count that as a,
It can't be a video.
animation?
No.
But look how good it's going.
I know.
Are you telling me?
It's really impressive, but it can't be a video. It doesn't support the videos. How did you do that? It's just a bunch of images?
Here's the thing. I will state this much. If it is how that is, it is actually considered a video and no longer considered an animation.
Yes, I mean,
and you see
video
how
is a bunch of pictures. You can say that, but is that what it is? Is it a bunch of images or what?
So this is a sprite sheet, and I have a decent amount of them. If I'm not mistaken, you are actually able to actually look into my avatar, if I'm not mistaken. But you can actually... I don't mean that way. You have specialized tools that I don't have.
Yes, I can, but it's not exactly easy. Like, I can't just pull it up in the game.
Good night, Val.
See
Good night,
you guys
Mayor.
around.
Yeah.
Should be saying off for the night.
Take care, guys. It was really cool talking at your booth. Thank you for being so welcoming.
It's all right. You're always welcome around us.
We're always welcome. I can't even think. It's 12:17 in the morning, and I'm forgetting how to English again.
All right. Well, I hope you guys get good rest.
Yeah, don't
I'll be on
much for
tomorrow,
time.
so I'll be on tomorrow. So if you see me around, come and say hello.
Sure.
Yeah.
Take care.
I'm still gonna be on the booth, so if you want to pass by.
Oh my God. Ron is scary, let me tell you.
If you actually view the groups, you can still see that